listening to Off the Deep End, where we discuss conspiracies, the people who love them, aliens, and a little spirituality. I'm your host, Emmy, and welcome to our show. Welcome back to the show. This is the 10th installment of Off the Deep End on sportsovertime.com. We're happy to have you back and listening to what we have to say. Today, we have Sean Wedd on the show. He is from Wilmington. Oh, I was going to say wedding. I apologize. We have Sean Wedding on the show. He is from Wilmington, Massachusetts. Sean is a medium and now a channeler, and I believe he's very intuitive as well. I've had the pleasure of meeting him on a Google Hangouts that was aimed basically at sharing his and a friend of his, gifts. My understanding is maybe you guys were just kind of spreading the word and just kind of, just sharing with others as it is. Yeah. Well, without further ado, I'd like to give you the floor, Sean. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. So I'm building my own company. It's called Vibrations of Peace. And nice. We do channeling. I'm just started doing healings, as a matter of fact, also. But I mostly focus on the channelings and mediumships because that's what I've been doing. I've been a medium my whole life.
Oh, that's
About
amazing.
5 months ago, I was gifted to channeling at a train station.
Oh, can you tell me how that went? How that experience was?
It was creepy because when you first started channeling with most channelers, it goes boom boom like in and out quick as they don't stay very long. You have only a couple of seconds until they go away, and then. Once you gain more experience, the more better connection you have to the channeling realm.
Oh, that's understanding. So I understand that. Do you think that they do that just to kind of basically check your vibration and see if you're a good host or if you're ready, and if you're not, they check out?
I really don't know how that exactly works, but it's like basically I feel that's what I think it does. Does that exactly. I haven't really done my research on it, but I just go with whatever they give me.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But when did you start embracing your mediumship abilities? Have you always helped others? How did you get started in incorporating this into your life, or getting to the point where you're all at now, where you have your own company, Vibrations of Peace?
So I started off so my mediumship came to me when I was in elementary school at Golden Hill Elementary in Haverhill, Mass. I went into the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I saw an Indian chief's head right in the mirror. And I looked back and I looked forward, and I still he disappeared at that time. And then numerous occasions, like at my old house in Groveland, it was extremely haunted. I mean, to the point where I would hear knockings on the door and stuff like that. You there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm listening.
And so, about a couple years down the road, I had just been embarking on this mediumship. Like, I've been feeling people's vibrations, feeling people's spirits coming through to me, and it's to the point where I can actually now connect with other people's friends and just feel off of their vibrations. Like, I'll give you an example. I was actually doing a healing yesterday afternoon, and I kept on sensing she went to somewhere dark, and I was like, well, did you go somewhere dark? And she's like, well, my friend Matt claims that he has demons. I was like, just keep your distance, but still be friends, but keep your distance from the getting attached. So I gave her some. Have you ever heard of the mineral tiger's eye?
Yes, I have.
One of my friends gave me some tiger's eye, so I dumped some in the bag for her and gave it to her as a gift for some energy clearing protection, and she felt great afterwards.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yes.
So now you're working with minerals, and you can intuit what works for different people.
Mm-hmm.
That's really amazing.
And like whenever I go into like a healing like that, I also like feel what crystals need to be where, or whatever needs to be like. What right now I don't really have that many crystals, but I use like a lot of earthbound materials. Like there was one time when I went to Quinikin Castle and I found a fossil that had a lot of like positive energies to give. So I put that in the middle, kept that in the middle, put my arrowhead in the back of her, and kept the tiger's eye further back for a bigger circle of protection.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're using different objects to incorporate into your healing, and it sounds like almost shamanic.
Yes. Actually, over the weekend, like I said, I mean, we were going to go on a camping trip. The camping trip went fine, but I also did a lot of healing, and I actually met up with a shamanic spirit that wanted to just help clean the energies around the river. So we followed that spirit around, and he guided us to what beaches that we needed to clear and stuff like that. And I had my friend Jay, which you met, you briefly met last time.
Yes.
My business partner Jay, and then my other friend Michael, who works with Mach Evolution. He's also extreme, very powerful psychic. So, he's like one of my. If I need any questions, I go to him and stuff like that. And if he has any questions, he goes to me.
Oh, that's great.
We kind of bounce off each other and stuff like that. And so we basically cleared. I guess it was the Saco River is cursed, and we actually cleared the curse.
Wow.
Of the Saco, and it was like you could feel all the because it's a Native American curse, so you need to call all like I've been starting a lot of like shamanic healings. Like I just got gifted as well over there. I was shown how to do like a shamanic healing, which like I called upon like all the tribes that I needed to call upon, and then I called upon all their spirits, and then I called upon each tribe's spirits. Like I had to physically figure out which spirit each tribe was, so I can connect deeper with them.
And once you connected with them deeper, what was that experience like?
It was like you could just totally feel like them ready to help, and they actually like put a arrowhead. Me and Michael drew an arrowhead down our foreheads.
Wow.
As a marking of warrior. That's like awesome. Warrior marking. And they helped a lot and stuff like that. And you could just hear the little chants that they were doing, and like it was almost like 200 different spirits all at once. Powerful spirits all at once coming down and helping us and guiding us through this process.
That sounds intense.
Yeah, it was, and we actually caused a lightning storm. There wasn't supposed to be a lightning storm, but like my Michael is, whenever he does a really heavy healing, he causes a thunderstorm every time.
Wow.
And we saw like lightning every time we started like saying all the stuff that I needed to say.
Uh-huh.
Like every time, like for confirmations, a lightning bolt would come down, come over us.
Oh, that is awesome. And then they'd come through.
Yeah.
You guys should do that in California because sometimes they experience some pretty bad droughts.
Actually, I forget where he went to. He did a healing over in Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And like he cleared the whole like hotel. He had to.
Oh, the whole Vegas Strip area?
No, just the hotel itself was very reptilian like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can imagine with the whole history there of the gangsters and the mobs and the drugs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sin City for a reason.
Yes.
And what hotel was he staying in?
It began with an L. I don't know off my top of my head. There's so many hotels over there.
There are. Well, that's good. And back to the healing at the river. Do you think that those Native American spirits were just kind of like standing by, just like waiting for you to show up? There was like many of them, right?
So, Jay needed some healing also because while we were going down, he had something attached to him. Mm-hmm. And, like, in the morning, like, I was trying to put my tent down, and all of a sudden, my tent pole broke when it's not even, you know what I mean? It couldn't have broken the way it had.
Uh-huh. Oh.
And so, like we were like, I told the shaman, I was like, this is not the right place because the energy was very not really good there. So we went down like about 3 miles down the river, and we saw a perfect spot to do it. And so I told him we can do it here, and the shaman agreed. The shaman spirit agreed. So I was, Michael was trying to do it, and then I felt like it was the wrong kind of healing. Right. So I basically said, I was like, let's try it this way. I think they want us to do it this way. And so I started taking over. I basically said, I call upon all of our Native American spirits. There were 4 of us who had Native American spirits. So we called upon them. And then I called upon like all like the environmental science. So I called upon water, earth, wind, and fire to basically come down and come and help us. And then I called upon the shaman to come and help us. So the shaman came and helped us too. And I kept on saying, then I called about the higher spirits to come down, all of our higher spirits to come down and help us through this process. And then once everything was ready to go, I said to it, I'm here to clear all the beaches of the Saco. I now pronounce whoever is here that doesn't serve anything to leave the beaches. And if you guys revisit, you're going to go into basically a flame of eternal death. Death. I don't say like a higher, like a God thing, because I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual. Right. So I say flame because it's not like, I don't say hell because of my religious, but I'd go and say flames instead, like the Native Americans would do.
Okay.
And I would say, I call upon all of the spirits to take away all of these negative spirits that no longer serve. And basically, just like that, you just felt the whole place quiet.
Wow.
Like everything was quiet, and you can still hear like the Native American spirits just chanting and pulling everything away one by one.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how did everything feel like after that? Was it just like a nice calm, like a?
It was very
release?
calm. It was very calming, and it felt totally different compared to the when we got there, which was like a lot of spirits all at once in the woods. I didn't even want to go into the woods because it was just so negative.
And can I ask you, what was the curse?
I didn't look. My friend knows much more than I do, but we gathered the informations that they were telling us, and basically they were mad that the settlers had forced them to move.
Oh,
so
okay.
They've basically made sure that whoever came here is all negative spirits would come down, come over there and just basically cause more darkness. You know what I mean?
Oh, just to kind of make them disinterested in sticking around.
Yeah.
So in a ways it was like a protection, but as time went on, obviously that wasn't working, you know.
Yeah.
I imagine, because things change.
The environment changes, everything changes. So we're going to go there next year also. And I said, let's just see what has changed and how we can fix it when we come back to
That's
it.
really
This
good.
it's a yearly trip that we take down to Saco.
That's really great. You guys should
Yeah.
come down to Miami and do that to Miami. Go to South Beach.
I'm actually
Heal South Beach.
one of the colleges that I want to go to, Full Sails University. That's one of my college for stage production. For that, and so I'm planning to eventually, once I'm having two businesses, but it's mostly the Vibrations of Peace is going to be part of it too.
Oh, that's awesome. And what is the other business that has to do with production?
Yeah, I'm going to be I want to become a concert lighting designer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's my dream. I've been doing it all through high school, and
That's helpful and creative.
yeah. And I just last year I just started last year I went on to a stage crew and started building stages professionally. I mean, I did like high-end brands like Ludacris and
What?
stuff like that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What was he like? Did you get to like meet him, or
No,
was it just,
I
all
was a
work?
centimeter away, but I couldn't talk to him unless he talked.
What?
Unless he talked, yeah. That's what any venue that you go to, you can't talk to the famous people unless if they talk to you. Unless if they start talking to you. You know what I mean?
Is it just to kind of keep them centered, or is that for like
Just to
liabilities?
I think it's just because of publicity and pop, because of how popular they are. It's just to protect themselves.
Okay, like their privacy and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Oh, I got it. That must be different now in the years of the selfies and
Yeah.
smartphones and things like that.
Yeah, it's really difficult these days about that. But yeah, everything's going great. I mean,
That's awesome.
I'm planning in a year to again, like eventually we think it's going to be a year, but it can take, who knows, it can take more than a year to actually, my friend, like I said, Michael is going to actually, eventually, we're going to either join him or he's going to join us, and we're going to call it Mark Evolutions of Vibrations of Peace. And
isn't Mike Evolutions?
Mach, like, you know how like the planes go into like a Mach phase,
like Mach 3?
Mach 3, M-A-C-H.
C-H.
And like Mach Evolutions, and then like he's building a healing center, and I was like, so I can feel like we're going to go into business, and he's like, I can too. Eventually once it opens, I opened up this business. We're going to definitely be business partners.
That's really great.
Yeah.
So it's going to be basically a nice little cooperative that you guys build.
Oh yeah. It's going to be like a little gym, but also like a healing center as well. Like it's going to have horse therapy, Reiki. It's going to have it's going to have almost every different type of healing available. And like we just like everything that you want to be healed, or any type of healing you want, will be available in this healing center.
That's really great.
Yeah.
And that's really great and unique. I know some people who've discussed that they're interested in setting up that kind of stuff, and you guys have already just, started drawing up the, plans.
Yeah, the maps and the plans and everything, the keys that we need to focus on and stuff like that.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, congratulations to you guys.
Yes.
So my next thing that I want to move on to is I usually ask people this question when they're on the show, but my question to you is, knowing what you do and embracing the person you are, the spiritual person that you are, in all of your gifts, what messages would you like to say to send to our listeners?
So a lot of spirits have told me to less focus on electronics and focus on yourselves, because if you focus on yourselves, you're getting more of a message to you than being on electronic. You're not talking to anybody and just sharing the wealth of information together, and eventually that information can lead you to something further, even more powerful. And like a couple of my channelings, like a lot of spirits like have been saying, why are you guys on these electronics? These are just suffocating your abilities and stuff like that, and it's just causing too much drama in the life.
That's true. But I imagine it's a little tough though, because I mean there is a how do I say, there is a benefit to being on the electronics, but at the same time there's a balance that needs to be achieved. Like for example, like when I just kind of started on my little spiritual path, I found all the people I did because of my research through the internet and YouTube, and that's and then that evolved into these different hangouts, and that's how I met you. So there definitely is a benefit to using electronics, but it's hard to keep a balance of what you do. I do the same, like I have the same problem, like I don't know how to balance everything out, even though they tell me this, I still have a difficult time balancing this also. But like I channeled there was one of my channels, two spirits, and they're like, why are you guys doing this? This is just causing more hectic of your life. It's tough. I have trouble balancing too. I'm getting a little bit better about leaving the phone down. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit better.
Exactly.
But it's just like I always want to see what else is going on and think of something else to research. And
what can better your life even more? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm just like always researching and finding some other tasks to complete, and the phone, the smartphone especially, it's jam packed with all kinds of tools. So or hey, how about listening to binaural beats, and where do you find that? YouTube.
I actually use Spotify. I don't use
Spotify.
YouTube. Yeah, so like you don't have to physically be on the phone while you listen to the.
Okay.
On the phone, you can just let it go and let the music play as you're just listening to it. You don't even have to pay attention to your phone as you're doing it. That's what I did yesterday when I was doing that healing. I basically said to her, I was like, I'm gonna just turn off my phone. I'm gonna keep my phone on, but I'm gonna keep the music playing, and I'm not gonna pay attention. And the whole time she did the exact same thing, where she didn't pay attention to her phone, and she just listened to what I had to say and stuff like that. And it was kind of like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
And a lot of people mostly focus on like electronics for help like that, but you also can help yourself by just placing it down or placing the screen on there to show you know what I mean, to show yourself. You don't have to focus on it. You can just focus on what are you doing at this right now.
Yeah, that's right. Huh. Yeah, that's really interesting. I do feel better whenever, which is rare, that I do meditate and just kind of go within for a little while, and that does feel good.
Yeah, I felt so much better when I was going camping, when I had my electronic not able to work. Literally, I was more focused on the environment and more focused what the energies had to give me. Where if I had my phone, I'd be just continuously on Facebook or something,
updating something, tagging something, sharing.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember the days before the smartphone when I used to do even more things.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to enjoy talking to people and going out and doing stuff and actually sharing in person.
Yeah, what we have to do and what you're doing.
Yeah, and, exactly.
Going into the rivers, just into the lakes and stuff like that. Nobody does that anymore, really.
Yeah. And there's so much tension too these days. If people just kind of tried that out, they see that it's such an integral part in their own healing. So helpful. Like and for me, I used to go to the beach every day, but for the last few weeks, I've just kind of been up and down. Kind of like tense here and there, just concerned about different things. And, I know that a lot of the reason why I'm tense is because I've let so much time go by without, spending time in nature, even like going out and walking the dog, going to the dog park, and then just walking, even if it's just to sit on the beach, that alone is very, very helpful, very calming and healing.
Well, I want to tell you one thing. While we were canoeing down the river, we stopped at one point, and we found a baby turtle that just hatched out of its shell. Oh. And literally we got to observe a little baby turtle going into the water for the first time of his life. And it was so amazing. And he almost actually got eaten by a hawk. If we weren't there, he would have gotten eaten by a hawk. Because as he was about 30 minutes later, as he was still making his descent down to the river, a hawk just started circling around the area.
Wow.
Yeah. And we saw like 6 bald eagles and like a lot of people claimed that they don't catch anything, and I end up catching less than 30 minutes northern pike back and forth. So like the spirits were there, completely there.
Wow. That's really great.
Yeah.
What a special time. I'm going to have to go boating with you guys one day.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to fish, but the few times that I haven't caught anything. So
I go.
It's nice to have some assistance.
Yeah, it's easy. But you just and the thing with me is I don't bobber fish. I hate bobber fishing. I just go with the line and follow the line, what the line is giving me.
Oh, okay. What does that mean? What the line is giving you?
So basically, what tugs that the line is giving me, either weeds or the fit.
Oh, okay.
Fish, and you just feel it out. You just feel it out. Where most people, like these days, use just bobbers and watch the bobbers sink, and then you know there's a fish. No, I do the more hardest way to catch a fish, which is just let the line go, and if I catch something, I catch something.
Okay. And what do you think the difference is between that? Is that just kind of like going with the flow or kind of thing?
Yeah, going with the flow and letting the water take over, not letting a little tiny plastic thing take over and make and showing you caught a fish.
Okay. Oh, I get it. That's awesome. And when you do that, do you use like a regular fishing pole or do you just do a line? Because and the reason why I asked that is
I do both.
You do? Oh, okay.
I do both. I do old school. I do like a Native American thing where I just take line and I put a couple weights on it or rocks, even rocks or like washers, and I have to make sure when I do this, no one's behind me because I'll start spinning, because I'll start like whipping it and throwing it because I have to like twirl it around my head and throw it into the water.
Yeah, you don't want to smack anybody in the head by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, over here near where I live, we have a little waterway. It's just about 3 blocks from the beach, but it's a little waterway, and a lot of people fish off of that. And there's this lady that she goes and she fishes every morning. I see her, and she reminds me of Aunt Jemima because that's the way she dresses. Like,
yeah,
I think from wherever her country is, she's like somebody's grandmother, I think, but she's dressed, from neck down in a long dress, flowery, and her head is covered in a wrap, and she's got her little bucket full of whatever bait she has, and she's line fishing or whatever.
Probably shiners, because that's like a lot of people use as shiners or little fish.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun too. I mean, like line fishing compared to rod fishing is totally different. I mean, when you're line fishing, you have to make sure. So I keep it attached to the spool, but before I even throw it out there, I make sure I have enough line taking off the spool to throw into the water.
Oh, okay. And that doesn't seem too difficult, I imagine, but that's very effective, right?
Yeah, can be. Yes.
That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna bring you back to your channeling methodology. When you how long have you been channeling?
For 4 months now.
4 months? And
five to 4 months, yeah.
Okay, and how has that experience been?
It's been amazing. I mean, like with me, Jay's a little bit different than I am.
Mm-hmm.
He's a conscious channeler.
Right.
And I am a trance channeler, which is two different. He's conscious and I'm unconscious when I'm channeling. So I won't remember a single thing when I channel.
Kind of like full inspiration.
What?
Would that be? Some people call it like the trance-channeled state, like the fully inspired state or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like, it's totally different. You have a much better connection when you go into trance versus conscious.
Because you're not like second guessing yourself, or
you just let it go, whatever it's giving you. And unfortunately, that day I was just not. Like something kept on telling me like someone wants to ask questions about abilities. Mm-hmm. So that's why I just, you know what I mean? I just let it go, stopped it, and then took questions.
Ah, yeah. That's pretty cool how you can intuit that as well.
Yes. And that Dee Dee, was it Dee Dee or Dee Dee or Dee?
Dee Dee, yeah,
Dee Dee.
my instructor.
Did she figure? Did she follow the advice?
I don't know, but I'm going to ask her about it because I've been meaning to follow up with her. But she's an interesting person because I feel like she was very like she was. I think that she was very like. How do I say? She was impressed and surprised, but at the same time, you know, she wasn't like completely, I guess, wanting to like hang her hopes on that or something like that.
Yeah.
For lack of better words.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But you know. Mm-hmm. She asked the question, so I imagine, you know, that she had to, you know,
figure it out,
or at least take what's come from you and apply it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I thought that was great how you were able to help her.
Yeah.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to ask you the same. I was going to ask you about that as soon as you asked me the next question.
Oh, wow. That is so funny. What am I thinking now? No, I'm just kidding.
Food.
Oh, yes, food is good. I ate some horrible chicken sandwich from 7-Eleven. Just... Yeah, you know what's really good, though, that I've been taking is the chia seeds mixed with water.
Ooh, that is good.
Yeah, I've been drinking that every day, and you know what? I have not been eating the greatest, but I've lost, like, I want to say 4 pounds, and I've been eating chocolate brownies and cookies and you know, tacos and these horrible 7-Eleven sandwiches because, you know, I've been on a budget and
yeah, exactly,
having a drink here and there, and it's just like I'm losing weight.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how about that? Chia seeds.
Like I've been drinking a lot of teas lately. Just a lot of different teas, like some teas that are bought like from stores, but also I do like a lot of loose leaf teas. Oh
yeah, like which kinds?
The chai. I do mostly chais. Like it's like there's one Pacific Samurai chai that I like.
Samurai
and then I like
chai.
Like different chocolate teas too.
You know what's a really good one that I recommend to anybody? But it's called guayusa. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not.
I think that there is a company that sells them in Whole Foods, but you can order them on eBay, I think. It's from Transplants, like you're in a trance. Transplants.net sells them. And they're fairly inexpensive, but it's spelled Guayusa, Guayusa.
Yeah.
And
I go through Tivana.
Oh, Tivana is good too.
Yes.
So, but the Guayusa is really good because it's like coffee, but it doesn't give you the jitters or a crash. It's like sustained. And then if you take a little bit, steep it for 30 seconds before you sleep, you get lucid dreams. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
And then I also been putting kratom powder in my drinks because
what is that?
Kratom, you can look it up. It's called the Latin name is Mitragina speciosa, and it's grown in like Thailand, Indonesia, Borneo, those areas, and it is great for many things, including depression, stress, fibromyalgia. It helps with your focus. Basically, it's like marijuana without, the stupefying effect. Without you like being laid out and like I'm hungry and useless, but it makes all the stress go away. It helps you focus. Everything's handy dandy.
I need to try that also.
Yes, you do, and I can tell you who to buy it from, but I can tell you offline, and it's fairly inexpensive. I actually order it from a person who's from Indonesia. And I got 2 kilos last time for $120. And there's some shops.
Wow.
There's some shops in the U.S. that'll sell like a little bottle of pills, like 80 caps for $120. So can you imagine? I've had this stuff for months and I'm not done with it yet. And you only need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I love my teas and powders. Organic sulfur crystals is another one really good for energy and basically everything else in the body.
Yeah, sulfur has a lot of energy in it. And most people think sulfur is bad, but sulfur can also be good for healing.
Yeah, but it's like sulfites, right? Or it's sulfites.
Sulfites, yeah. Sulfites are the good
the stuff that they put in antibiotics.
The pure organic ingredient in sulfuric acid and sulfur and stuff like that. Yeah. So, it's been very beneficial in my life. I've told, like, my mom about it, a lot of people about it. I found information on the internet, on YouTube, where people are like, I've been taking this for a year. I used to have gout. I couldn't hardly walk, and now I'm running and things like that, Like, my skin's gotten even better. I've never had a skin issue, but it's gotten a lot vibrant. My hair's grown in thicker and things like that, Nice.
So it's really good. Some people say it'll help their hair grow back. So if you're balding, if you know anybody like that, it may help.
Actually, I do know someone, but I don't know if he would take it.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that a lot of people who have like thinning hair or male pattern baldness, even though they like to grow their hair back, it's kind of like they don't like to take advice either, because then that like hones in on their issue more, and then they feel self-conscious.
It's not the advice thing. It's more of what he puts in his body. He's very like, he doesn't put anything that has estrogen in it or anything, but his hair is like wilts easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd probably be really good for him anyways, because the MSM just basically takes out all of the stuff that's not needed, and then like whatever nutrients he's taking, like minerals, it helps basically the transportation of those minerals into the cell. And then you need MSM in order to make keratin, which is needed to make hair.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's right now using apple cider vinegar for his hair.
Is that helping just kind of clean up his scalp?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Another good thing for that is like coconut oil as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good just to get rid of like the bacteria and soften his hair and things like that. Listen to us. We can have a whole other show on, like minerals and teas and all kinds of stuff. We haven't even really
interesting stuff.
Yeah, talk about crystals more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna ask you next. Like, what is your favorite entity that you've channeled?
So lately I've been channeling this fairy spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and
oh, how cool! Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning you channel fairies.
yeah, Simone comes out a lot, and then also, I just do a lot of not the last time, but the time before that, I actually let the audience choose what spirit to try to channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I end up channeling, like I said, channeling Pocahontas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that is actually on our YouTube page, Vibrations of Peace on YouTube.
Vibrations of Peace on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And just really quick, what did she have to say?
I don't really remember it because I was in like
you just uploaded it right after.
I looked at it a little bit, and it was like a lot of like questions on what like type of herbs that they used, and a lot of it came out to be like sage and
right.
I forget most of it because I was such deep in a trance that I didn't even remember it. Like I don't. I'm just starting to when I'm out of a trance, I'm starting to like remember what I said, but it's it used
really
to
hard.
be like so difficult to remember what I was saying in these trance when I was in a trance.
Yeah, I can imagine, because you basically take a far back seat, right?
Yeah, like you go into you're stuck in the realm while they're in you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And what makes you the prime host for this kind of thing? Is it that you're generally open, that your heart is open?
I'm always open for spirits to come through me, but I try not to focus on the negative ones. Like, I teach one of my friends how to like I also teach people about abilities and stuff like that, and one of his problems is he focuses on the negative spirits too much, and so like he's like, oh, I see, I can feel this negative spirit. I was like, don't focus on it, you're giving him more power to come through you or through me. And I'm like, don't hook, because I'm connected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like physically connected to him and two of his friends.
Right.
I'm like, because of every person that I do a healing on, I'm still I still keep my connections open just in case they need healing, and I can do the Abston healing.
Okay.
And because it gives me a better line to them.
Oh, that's really good. So you're kind of like continuing support.
Oh yeah.
Like the help desk.
Yeah, continue. I'm always continuing. I always tell them, I was like, if you guys like at the end of every healing I do, I was like, if you guys want me to continue doing healings while I'm not here let me have your permission to do that. And a lot of the time they'll like give me permission to heal them. So every night before I go to bed, I try to heal every single energy that I promised, and they gave me permission to do that.
Oh, that's awesome. So when you, before you go to sleep, do you just like basically set the intention and just kind of like you let yourself do that when you're like in astral or in the dream state?
I do. It's called Abston healing. So I go into like a meditative state, and basically every single one that I look on before I do it, I have like a log of people who I have it, and I'll go on Facebook, message them real quick. I'll say, do you need some type of healing? And most of the time they'll say yes, or some will say no. And so before I do that, I go into into a deep meditation and basically rise my energies up and ground myself, and basically take whatever is not good and replace it with positive energies.
Right. For people who are interested in channeling but are worried that they will be possessed, what do you recommend for them? What insight do you have for them?
So for that, you always have to ground yourself. Make sure you're grounded. I can say that because I've actually, while I was channeling, I've actually got possessed once, but I always try to make sure I'm completely grounded before I channel, because if you don't ground yourself, you're like open to and vulnerable to whatever is there. Right.
That's really interesting. And what about when people are under the influence of certain drugs or alcohol? Does that like kind of make them like a magnet for like negative entities, or does it depend on like the substance they're using?
It depends on the substance that you're using. Like alcohol mostly focus on like the darker spirits, where weed has a little bit of both. So weed can also like send messages to the darkness, but also it's mostly of the light, so it also heals it as well.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yes.
And what about mushrooms?
I never witnessed mushrooms. Mushrooms, I don't mess around with those.
Yeah, I've had like one run-in with mushrooms, but I'm glad that they weren't very strong, because I didn't see anything. Somebody's like, I was like, what's the big deal about these things? You know, because I usually I don't touch drugs very much. Except for my teas and powders and things like that. But I didn't see anything remarkable. I'm like, what's the big deal? Nothing's happening. And they're like, are you kidding? Like, look at this thing. You know, if you stare at it long enough, it might vibrate. I'm like, that sounds boring.
I don't think it does nothing good. Just doesn't. It mostly focused on the darkness. Because I heard when people take shrooms, they witness like shadows or something like that, and I think the shadows are not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what people can take that will just focus on light and that's it.
Sober.
Yay! Sober meditation.
Yes.
Binaural beats. Theta, beta, and delta waves.
Yeah.
Well, it's been really great talking to you, Sean. Could you please provide us with any closing thoughts or comments and ways that our listeners can reach you?
So with my company, we have a website and it works right now. So you can visit us at vibrationsofpeace.com, or send us an email at vibrationsofpeace@gmail.com. If you have any questions about energy work, spiritual energies, anything of how we do it, how to schedule an appointment, stuff like that.
That sounds great. And also your YouTube page, is that Vibrations of Peace as well?
Yep, exactly. Or if you can't find us, just type in Jay, then space J, and then dot LeBlanc. I believe it's spelled LABLANC. And then they'll direct you to the, then you'll see Vibrations of Peace.
All right, that's cool. I'll definitely check out Vibrations of Peace. Maybe I'll schedule my own healing or meditation session, and we'll look forward to having you back on the show, Sean. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure as well. Thank you, sportsovertime.com, for giving me the chance to interview me.
Okay, we'll be talking soon, and thank you everybody for listening to Off the Deep End on sportsovertime.com. We'll be